Hello everybody and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Right now we are in the Limestone Cavern searching for one of the big monsters that was shot out through light, and once we beat him we're going to open up a new fishing spot, so that's what we're going to be doing today. We're pretty low on CP, and I think we're going to have to basically go and rest again, so I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to start out by going out and resting and then going down this main pathway one more time. So let's go!
Finally. If only we could... Curry, perhaps. Or burgers. No, mashed potatoes. It's so hard to decide.
Why not all?
Xian has really become quite the foodie, huh?
Always has
At
been.
least all that time teaching her wasn't for naught.
Shame it all sounds so rich.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
You don't stand a chance. She just picks it up like it's nothing.
I'll take watch tonight.
Freaking Mjolnir
okay.
over here. Nobody but Kisara is worthy.
Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Come on, y'all see me? We're gonna avoid some of these fights. And we will. Whoops.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Not today!
Radiant fire!
In a vine? Stay calm. I shall provide assistance. Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job absolutely.
No control here!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes. A merry distraction.
There's still more to go! Raging cascade!
It's over!
Sleep now!
Now you see what I can do! On your knees.
A chain between heaven and earth! A wailing dance! You like it!
This one's all mine! Stalagmite!
No more playing nice!
Bloody howling!
Here! Out of ammo! I'll be saving this one! Healing circle!
Burn!
Sorry, I didn't want to put you out.
What are friends for? Because of looking good.
You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
God, these mobs suck.
Regenerate! It's it. I couldn't make it in time.
Waterfall! Freeze Lancer! Dance in the wind! Air drop! A chain between heaven and earth!
Not done yet.
A wailing dance to your
Elusive
lightning! In
deity.
here!
Fatal ray.
Let's get you off my way! Where are you going?
Down on the ground.
Shattering dreams!
Easy! Attack time! No escape! Fatal ray. Take this! Shockwave flash! Now you see what I can do!
Here's a healing arc!
You're mine!
When it's ice! Thunderblade! A chain between heaven and earth!
You're mine!
Will this hurt?
Shockwave! This one's all mine!
Waterfall!
You picked the wrong fight! Take
Healing
this!
here!
Now I can let loose!
This is easy!
I'm ready!
Energy!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Citizen! You don't mess around!
You're mine!
Certainly not.
Dragon form! Rising Wyvern! Solar Light Spear! Take this! Through it!
Back into the
Take
fray!
this! On your knees!
Cutting your dreams! By the power of water! Lightning dance in the wind!
I'm nearly done for.
Now I can let loose.
Ready and ready.
More where that came from. I'll fix you up.
Smash into the flame inside. Make sure to be let free. You picked the wrong fight.
That'll bring you down.
Here I come. Shockwave flash. Shion.
This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes. Now. No escape. Strike.
Leave the charges to me!
Shockwave flash. I'm
This
ready.
way, astral energy.
Hate these
Say no
mobs.
more. Got it.
Well done.
This one's all
Lunar
mine.
corruption.
Burn.
Lunar blast. Watch it.
Shockwave flash.
Turn
Here I
malevolent. Gemini
Rising
blade.
fire.
Take it far enough!
Elusive
Take it.
Soaring blast.
Do it.
Shion.
This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes.
I need to be stronger.
Okay, those are always useful. Okay, we can't check our map while we're in the water, but I feel like we're close. Oh, and there's a place to camp. Good.
You guys want to rest here?
Nice, that's some decent money. I think we're doing pretty good on this front, aren't we? That's not a big bonus, so we'll ignore that one, I think, for now. Same with that. Okay, cool.
Alphen, do you understand what's on the line here?
What?
The fish, Alphen. With all these Zoogles around, nobody can give them a good home. Namely, my stomach.
Shion, we can't rush this. If there's a big-time Zoogle waiting for us, we've got to be prepared.
You've got a point.
We can't let some dumb Zoogle beat us. Not with these fish at stake.
They're so mad that we're resting.
I'm pretty sure we're all in it to win it here.
They're like, just go and fight the Zoogles so we can eat. No, we don't want to cook. Okay, Dohalim.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while?
Do you mind watching our camp tonight? Shall we get moving?
We shall, but not before I save. Okay. What do we think this guy's gonna be weak to?
Think we could take that one?
Well, if you...
Okay, level 56. So he does have some levels on us, that's for sure.
So this...
is the one who polluted the pond!
Consider this payback for all those fish!
Ready and ready.
The flashing part's the weak
Astro
point.
Arts?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
You're mine!
It's raining blobs of slime! Gross! I'll take out as many as I can.
Focus on healing.
Got it.
I'm not done.
What's the plan?
Where are you going?
Rising Wyvern! Strike!
A new lease on life.
This one's all mine!
Here, let me help.
You picked the wrong fight!
First aid! That move!
I'm not done! Here comes the big one!
Nice, I got that dodge.
Shockwave strike!
Here's the evil!
Okay, I hate their poison thing because it hits immediately and there's no warning for it.
Armor won't save you! Take this! Shockwave strike!
I'm sorry, trouble.
You do the same for me.
Come on, come on, come on.
Mind if I do?
Thank you.
This one's all mine! Eat dirt! You'll pay for that! No escape! Rising Wyvern! Agility! In an instant! Impact block! We work well
Hold
together.
on to your heart.
Finally
Here I
timed right.
come. Don't mind if I do.
Take this!
I should have stopped that second one too. That was bullshit.
More where that came from.
I owe you one. Shockwave strike!
Here, let me help.
Shockwave strike!
Shattering them to pieces! Attack time! Rending you apart! Now you see what I can do! In a vine? They smite with black.
Take this! Strike! Shockwave strike! It's over! Shockwave strike!
Heal.
Rising
I
Wyvern!
never miss. Whoa, hey, when is it now?
Hey! Blow them away!
Glacial spear.
Here I come! Shockwave strike!
Leave the charges to me.
Here I come!
Okay, you know what?
Thanks for the healing.
Okay, cool. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You too.
Alright, he's just spawning more in. I think we just have to focus.
Shattering them to pieces! Attack time!
Hold on to your heart.
Eat
Here I come.
Stay away from my friends!
Confiscated.
Shockwave strike!
Tempest. All right, it's showtime.
Shockwave strike! Strike!
Hit. Go get him. Lightning is done.
You're mine!
A wailing banshee of
Here I
lightning.
come! Struck!
Lightning is
Try
done.
harder! Not a chance! From beyond!
Okay, are you gonna fucking do anything, healer? What the fuck is this? Oh, she's dead.
It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
Is this it? I couldn't make it in time.
Far enough! Not on my watch!
I'll smash you!
This should do it!
Begin!
Light escalator purge malevolence.
Prepare to be sealed! No further!
Sleep now.
God, I hate this fight already.
There! Try harder!
Break this night!
Take this!
Tornado drive!
I'm not done! It's gone for you!
The fluidity of your movement is simply incredible.
I owe you one.
Here, let me help.
Rotating pile drive!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Strike! Ignite! Take this!
Will this help?
Shockwave strike!
Amazing.
Sleep now.
Soaring light spear!
Healing spell. Blah blah blah. Then crossblade.
Ready to go.
I owe you one.
This is my
Now
fault.
you see what I can do!
Here's denied. Raging cascade.
What was I thinking?
It's about to strike.
Look sharp, everyone!
I won't give up.
That was absolutely bullshit.
Tidal wave. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, at least now we know that we need to focus him. Ignore the ads, because...
So this?
He's the one who polluted the pond.
Consider this payback for all those fish!
Shockwave flash! Aim for the weak spot.
Leave the enemy's arms to me.
No complaints here!
Radiant here. It's raining blobs of slime. Gross.
I'll take out as many as I can.
Damn it. Out of there.
I'll smash you!
Waterfall.
Soaring black!
If it's in the sky, it's mine. Where are you going?
Ignite! Stay away from my friend!
A wailing.
My turn! Shockwave flash! Soaring light spear!
Not in your dreams.
I'll bring you back from death.
No escape! Shockwave flash!
Thunder field.
Rising wide!
I'm not sure how we get out of this one.
You mean this might be the end?
No, never. Stay strong.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all. My dance in the wind. Air drop.
Shut the flame inside me! Yours to be let free! I owe you one!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
And you succeeded!
No escape!
I'll take you
Rising Wyvern!
Can't get out of this!
Soaring light spear!
This is bad, right?
Yes, Alvin. Very bad.
I don't feel so good.
In here. Hold on to your
It's in your
arms.
hands now.
Here I come.
Pay for that!
Far enough.
Take this!
Between heaven and earth.
I'm not done! Try
A
harder!
wailing
Not a
field.
chance.
They're surrounding
Let
us.
the marksman hit.
I won't lose.
Burn in hell!
Too much to handle.
I can carve through armor!
Here's a healing.
Catch! I'm not done!
Rapid strike.
Look sharp,
Thank you for the
everyone!
healing, Doubling.
Our comrades need our abilities to survive.
Right. No one's dying on our watch.
This is some punishment.
Healing circle.
No escape!
Sweet pal.
Rifle!
All right.
Get you all
No.
out the way.
Look at how much damage we've done after all of this and after everything we've used.
New strategy? I like the sound
We're
of
done.
it.
Yeah, we're not doing this. We're under-leveled for this. God, that's going to be a frustrating fight, even when we are at level. Okay.
You guys want to rest here?
So he was like a level 56. Yeah, he had a good 10 on us, and we were barely touching him. And we were having to use items left and right. Killing his ads were not fast enough, etc., etc. It's not time for us to do this. This is really frustrating. If I'm being honest with you, I am kind of hating how they're handling subquests right now by not giving you level indicators for them. Because I feel like I'm wasting my time. I feel like I'm wasting my time pursuing a side quest I can't do. Yeah, I don't know, man. Okay. Anyways. I think it is time for us to pursue main quest, and maybe we'll just leave all of these subquests until post-game. Where is main quest? I don't remember. Right here. Okay. Yeah, rather than just like make myself progressively angrier by trying
like
to
we
do
made it here in one
hundreds
piece.
of subquests that I just simply can't do right now, we're just gonna move on with the story, because, yeah, I'm sick of this. Let's make sure we actually enjoy the game, huh? On with the story. No big deal, we're just going to space, going to the moon.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
Now we are going to Lenegis, right, and not Rena?
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that. You're going to jinx us.
Speaking of which, Alphen, this bucket of bolts got a name?
A name? You know, I'm not sure she ever had one. I never really thought about it.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her one, right? I was thinking something like...
Falneitz.
Huh?
That's a name.
It means owl in the ancient tongue. Literally, the one drawn to the skies.
I like it. Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but... well, it's as good a name as any. From now on, she'll be known as the Falneitz.
Falneitz it
Okay,
is.
people. We have two goals. First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renans finally leave Dahna alone. And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shion's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good? All right, then let's go.
Wow, look at that. That's cool.
I can still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Dahnans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there. Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
Okay, looks like we get to explore Falneitz.
Everything okay, Shion? You seem a little different.
Different? Like in a bad way different?
No, not at all. You seem more driven lately, like you found a zest for life. It suits you.
So that's Lenegis right there. So Lenegis is not even actually a moon, it's basically a machine. That's crazy. Okay.
Is something wrong?
No, I was merely thinking how it had been 7 years, that's all.
You mean since you became a lord and left Lenegis? I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
I am as prone to sentimentality as any other. Tell me though, you too have a history with Lenegis. A traumatic one, no less. This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions. Doesn't that frighten you?
Well, it is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. But I can't keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that. But the future's what we make it.
I see.
Dohalim?
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. We have more pressing matters to address. Come back and speak to me when you finish looking around the ship.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but he kind of like went unconscious and then woke up with the aftermath of what happened on Lenegis. So, when it comes down to it, we don't know if he's actually the one who did it. It could have been the Maiden, for all we know, or something completely different, right? It is as you say, the past is what it is, and there's no changing it. And that goes for me just as much as it does you.
We'll be going to Lenegis soon.
This must feel like a homecoming of sorts to you, huh? What was life on Lenegis like back then? You know, before you came to Dahna.
Let's just say I don't have many happy memories. I've had thorns my whole life, for as long as I can remember. They called it treatment, but in truth, they were just using me as a guinea pig for their research.
You mean, they experimented on you?
That's right. All I was to them was a riddle to solve. They poked and prodded me, trying to figure out what triggered my thorns or changed the form they took. Day in and day out, every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it? Reeling from the pain, like I was a monster or something. Some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched, helplessly complicit in their pain. I thought things couldn't get any worse, but then they did. I started to have nightmares, visions of the coming apocalypse. Is it any wonder I lacked a cheery disposition? Unable to so much as touch another soul. Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived, but with the knowledge that one day I'd be swallowed up by oblivion. And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die, then it should mean something. If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you relive that.
No, it's fine. I'm in a much better place now.
You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live, but why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Are you crazy? Why would you sacrifice your life for...
That's exactly my point. Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes? How is that even right? It's that logic that's used to justify slavery, as if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle was never about saving only ourselves. But that doesn't mean we have to give up our own lives to save everyone else's either. If we're doing this to protect people, if we're doing this to save the world from destruction, then that has to include saving each other as well.
A world free of sacrifice. That's what you've been fighting for all along, isn't it?
Not just me. We're in this together, remember? This fight is yours too, Xion. If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers in this fight. Now I see it. The true nature of our struggle.
A victory without losers. But that means that a Dahnan victory over Rena can't be the end. Do you think we can pull it off?
You bet we can pull it off. We have to. It's the only hope we have of things ever changing.
Yeah, you're right. No one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this. Together.
Okay, so something crazy and horrible happened on Lenegis 300 years ago. He thinks that he did it, right? But I'm wondering, since she's related to the Maiden, like either a direct descendant, possibly, or maybe some sort of reincarnation even, maybe, who knows? In JRPGs, you never know what kind of weird stuff is going to happen. But she's related to that Maiden in some way, right? I'm wondering if maybe what happened 300 years ago is the same thing as what her thorns are. Maybe the Maiden, like, contained the thorns in some way, and now it's been passed down to her, but that's what originally created the destruction on Lenegis? It's just a guess, but they have to be related somehow, I feel like, in some way. Maybe I'm off the mark, but I feel like I might be edging towards something. But yeah, I'm just wondering if, like, the thorns are what created all that destruction 300 years ago, and then maybe the Maiden contained it somehow, and now she's inherited them in some way. And now maybe the lady in red is like an agent of the thorns trying to like let it escape or something. Maybe it's some kind of like cosmic entity. I don't know. I'm just spitballing, trying to think of things. We'll seize our future by our own hands. Just some thoughts that I'm throwing out into the ether.
Hey, Alpin, listen to this! So Law and I were just talking and...
Hey, shut up!
What's got Law all flustered?
Only that he's afraid of flying, the big baby. And after all that fuss he made about naming the ship, too.
Hey, I never said I was scared. I just think it's, a little unsettling how we're going to be cruising through space in a glorified tin can. That's all.
Honestly, fair, Law.
It's a starship, dummy. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, maybe you're the one with the problem then.
Guys. I'm no expert, but I think we can trust Renin technology. It got me to Dahna in one piece, remember?
Oh, that's a good point. If you think so, Alphen, it must be okay. Don't you agree, Law?
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alphen. It's just wrong, okay?
Are you still worried? No? Why would you think that? I wonder what those are about. Best girl.
You okay? Feeling airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a remarkably smooth ride, all things considered. Nothing like being at sea, thank goodness.
Glad to hear it. That device there caught your eye, huh?
I was just wondering what it is. It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
It's a healing pod. It fixes injuries and illnesses.
Is it also like a cryo?
Oh, you don't say. Well, that should definitely come in handy if any of us get injured while we're down there. Alphen? Was it something I said?
No, I was just thinking back to when I escaped Lennigus, that's all. What with the ceremony and losing control, I was a total mess. Naori laid me inside here.
Naori, that's her name.
So
I couldn't remember her
you're
name.
saying you got in this thing straight after escaping? But that mean you were inside for 300 years?
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know. But don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that time.
That's definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But still, whether you meant to or not, I sure am glad that it's this century that you finally woke up in.
What do you mean?
With the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. And not only that, but... Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you? Back when we left Menancia? About the dream of coexistence, and needing to learn what it entailed?
Of course. That's why you came with us, right? To learn what you couldn't at home.
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time, I also felt really compelled to fulfill my brother's wishes. I'll always remember him fondly. But the coexistence we're fighting for isn't for him. It's for people now, and those still to come. The world's bigger than just Menancia. My dream is for all Dahnans, wherever they might be, to be free. If I've learned anything on this journey, it's that. And the one who brought me along was you, Alphen. I'll forever be grateful to you.
Well, we're not out of this forest just yet. You should probably save your thanks. At least, until we've dealt with the Red Woman.
I know. But whatever we find when we get down there, I'm through looking the other way.
Kisara.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh? Let's take things one step at a time.
It's been a long and winding road getting here, but in the end, I'm glad we all met. All right.
Is everyone about ready? We'll soon be making preparations to land.
Before we do that, just what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
Kisara has a point. Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lennigus.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there, and they didn't exactly give me the grand tour.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis was the base of operations in charge of the crown contest on Dahna. Of course, it also happens to be a city in its own right, complete with its own independent society. Its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right? So people's positions are fixed at birth.
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's basically the gist.
Yeah, I think he's more
As a
powerful
result,
than his
family
family
lines that churn out
normally
lords
is.
and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dahna even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest
Interesting.
rung on the Renin ladder is considered superior to being a Dahnan. Keep that in mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right? What about you, Shion?
So, if they're too weak in astral arts, they're not allowed to go down to Dahna at all. So that means that like all of the soldiers are generally high enough in astral arts that they can go down there.
Come on, you've seen her skill with astral arts. You really need to ask?
Fair point.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're thinking. Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He is! Lost blushing!
I am not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this red woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
I would wager so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Pelegion.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dahna, we need to take it back at all costs.
That red woman's got a lot to answer for. Just as well I've got a ton of questions.
We're about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If there are clues about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll find them.
Okay, let's go. Lenegis, here we come. That is really cool. Like the cities on the inside. It's like a Halo Plus.
There's no one here. I wasn't expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegis's infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
I want that
Do you think
ship.
anyone realizes that we're here?
Kind of matches her armor, doesn't it?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this red woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
Now, the only sovereign left is Volron, right? Because technically Volron's body disappeared, which means that he's definitely alive.
I don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a sovereign in our midst. In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble.
What of you?
In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
There's only one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
I still want to know
All
why
right.
Volron
It's
has
not
the
like
same
we're swimming in
crest as him.
leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone. Beyond that wall lies a city full of Renans. The capital city where Shion and Dohalim used to live, no less. Who knows what we'll find on the other side?
That is one sweet view. All right, well, this is where we're going to have to end this episode, so thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good one, everybody. I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters, Darren York, ZTD, Seventh Son, Louis D, Ivan K, and Len. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.